YouTube family, what is up? Welcome to the Wholesale to a Million Club. So, anyways, in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn $250 investment into $25,000. I'm going to share with you something that I don't think a lot of real estate investors talk about. I'm going to take you back to 12 years ago when I first started. Okay, I was sending letters like this to homeowner. I'm going to show you what list to target. I'm going to show you what you put on the letters and how you can make $25,000 from sending letters like this to homeowner. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about vacant and pre-foreclosure. Where do you get the list? All right, how do you list stack it? So that way, when we target these homeowner, we're really narrow in on who is extremely motivated to sell their property and to sell it at a steep discount. Because when you're talking about direct mail, it gets extremely expensive. Like every single time when we send out a letter like this, it costs about $1, right? The stamps, the envelope, and then obviously the time, either you or whoever it is that you have to write these letters. Now, currently right now, when I first started 12 years ago, I was the one who wrote the letters. But now we have, our employee actually do it, and I just drop it off, okay? But I'm going to share with you where I get the list. How do I list stack? How do I pick which list to target, okay? So I'm going to share with you all of that. Now, before we get into that, I do want to let you know that we recently did a 3-day challenge. And when we did the 3-day challenge, Brian, it helps him close his first deal for $18,000, okay? Now, I love to share with you that 3-day challenge replay completely for free. So the link is in my descriptions. Also, too, is recently I just created what's called a school community. So the school community is I just want to be able to bring everybody in the real estate industry into one room. Realtors, whether you're realtors, your wholesaler, your flipper, your rehabber, your landlord, or maybe your private money lender, hard money lender, whatever it is, right? Whatever niche that you're in the real estate, I want to bring everyone into one room so we can basically network, mastermind, learn from each other, grow, and then learn and earn together. So if that's something you're interested in, I also dropped the link in my description as well. And maybe it's something where, I can share with you some exclusive content on there as well. I don't know, but go there, check out the video, and hopefully it is a good fit for you to come and join us in the club. I call it the Real Estate Deal Maker Club. We want to bring the mover and the shakers into one room. Okay, so with that being said, let's rock and roll. So I'm going to share with you what software I use to pull this list and what list I target, okay? Now, a lot of you want to know, what do I put in the letter? I'm going to show you what is in it. But let me first show you where I get this list, okay? Where do I get them? How do I target them? So I'm going to share with you my screen really quick. So for those of you, if you don't have the software, then consider signing up. So the software I'm using is, hold on a second. I'm going to bring this over here. So the software I'm using is called kingdata.ai, okay? So there it is, kingdata.ai. So you would have to sign up for the pro plan to be able to do what I'm about to show you, okay? So here's the list that I target, okay? So we're going to go here. We're going to click on property leads. When you sign up, your dashboard is going to look very similar to what mine is right here. All you do is very simple. This is a very, very easy things to do. You click on property leads. Okay, now drop me your city and your state. Drop me your city and your state. Okay, drop me your city and your states. I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. Let me see here. Austin, Texas. Okay, so we're going to go to Austin, Texas. And this is something that you can actually do today. Like, you can start sending out these letters today. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Okay, but you still have to put in the work. So we're going to go with Austin, Texas, and then you're going to click on filter. It is very easy. So what we're targeting people who are in pre-foreclosure and vacant property. So here's a pre-foreclosure list in Austin, Texas. There's 743 people in Austin, Texas, but we're going to get rid of others. We're going to get rid of apartments, townhouse, condo. We just want single family and multifamily. That will take our list down to, okay, so it's going to take our list down to 649 people that are currently in foreclosure right now, pre-foreclosure. which means there's still time for us to get this deal done. This is before they go into foreclosure. Once they hit foreclosure, the time gets extremely tight. So I like to target people who are in pre-foreclosure more than foreclosure. There's 649 people that you can target. And if we really wanted to narrow down the list, okay, depending on what your budget is, because you need to understand each one of this, it's going to cost you about $1. Okay, to send out these letters, it's going to cost you about $1. So 649 of them on the list, it's going to cost you about 649 bucks. So if you really want to narrow down this list, you see here, so all you need to do is scroll down. You see here, it said wholesale score. That's what we want, okay? So we want to put in, let's just put in a score of 500. Now, what happened is, so this software leverages AI. They took 40 years of data. They jam-pack it in here based on how long they own the property, based on their mortgage history, based on, everything, like the car, like where they work, how much income they're making. Like it knows all of that. So it ranked each property from 0 to 1,000. 1,000 mean like these seller are extremely motivated to sell, right? 0 mean like, no, right? There's not really motivation. Got it? So they rank it from 0 to 1,000. The higher the score you go, the higher the number, right? The smaller the list will get. So that took our list from 600 something down to 370 people. Now, this is a good side list that you can target. These are people who are in pre-foreclosure, and they have a very high motivation to get rid of their property. So there's 370 people that's on the list. So it's going to cost you about $370. And here is exactly what you do. So here's a couple ways to do it, okay? I'm going to show you which way that I think will get you the best results. So with this software, you can click on direct mail, which means there's 370 people. You can instantly click on direct mail, which means you can start setting up your direct mail campaign directly from the software. It's still going to cost you about $1 per letter, okay? And then all you go do is you just go through it, and it will automatically send it out for you. Now, this is the automated way, right? It's going to take you about maybe 10 minutes to set it up. But the way that I'm going to show you how to do it, I think it's going to get you a better open rate. Okay, it's going to get you a better open rate, because it doesn't matter what you write in the letter. If the homeowner just going to look at it and throw it away, then it's just a waste of money. Here's a better open rate, in my personal opinion. So I would take that list. Okay, I would take that list. Okay, I would take that list. I would export it, and then what you want to do is, I'm going to open this up. Here's what I put in the letter. Okay. So what you want to do, and this is what I teach my students, and all of my students are starting to do this. And this is a very good strategy for those of you who have a busy schedule, who doesn't want to cold call, who rather have people calling you instead. So this is a great way to me, when you have the capital to do this, it really becomes like a fishing game. So instead of you chasing them, they're chasing you. You send out the letters, and you're just waiting for your phone to ring. You're waiting for your phone to blow up. So it's great for those of you who have the capital and have a busy schedule. This is the best way to do it. Okay, and here's what I put in the letter. Okay, so the letters, you can type it on your computer. That way, you only change the seller's name and the property address. The body of the letter stay the same. Okay? So all you need to do is I just say, so here's what I put in my letter. Because we have a team, so I use the name Alex. Alex can be a boy or a girl name. So when the seller call, it can be a guy who pick it up. It could be one of my VA, which is a girl who pick it up, right? So Alex is a very neutral name. That's why we picked that. So I'll put in the letter, be like, hey, my name is Alex. Dear Richard, right? That's the seller name. So which means all you do is you just change the seller's name and the property address. So we're just going to put, Dear Richard, my name is Alex. I want to buy your property as one blank, 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 right? For cash. Any condition, any situation. There's no real estate commissions, no closing costs. Okay, quick closing. If you're interested, give me a call. Boom. Short, sweet, straight to the point. Okay? Now here is the key. Now here's the key. Okay. The key is, so every single envelope, okay, you can hire your kids to do this. You can hire your grandparents, your parents to do this if they retire. So you want to make sure that you handwrite the envelope. Why? Because to me, when I go to my mailbox, I open it and it's handwritten. I feel like it's from somebody that I know, right? It doesn't feel like it's a marketing piece. That's why your open rate is going to be much higher if you were to do it through the software. Make sense? If you were to do it to the software, okay? So your open rate is going to be a lot higher, and that is what you want. But it all depends on what you want to do. If you want to set it up the other way, you can do 50-50. Maybe the other way, you go through the software, have them send out your marketing for you. The other 50%, and so you can start handwriting these envelopes. So let's just say your budget per month is $400 for direct mail. So what you can do is every single week, just write 100 letters, and then every Saturday, drop it off. Right? If that is your marketing budget, it's a $400. So every week you get to send out 100 letters. And the thing with direct mail is that it's not going to happen instantly, right? Because it takes time to get to the homeowner. But eventually, after 2 months or so, you're going to start having your phone ring off the hook. Like every single day, you're going to start getting calls. And so you got to set up your voicemail correctly. And your voicemail should be very, very simple and straight to the point. Hey, for example, my voicemail will be like, thanks a lot for calling, calling We Buy Houses. Sorry I missed your call. But if you can leave me your name, your phone number, and the property address, I'll get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. And then bam, right? So you got to get your voicemail set up correctly. So that way, when a homeowner does call you, they know. Your voicemail can't just be a robot talking, okay? Or it cannot just go beep and then, be professional. Get that voicemail set up. So if I were you, you have a busy schedule, okay? What you do is I'll let everything go to voicemail. I do not answer it live. I'll let everything go to voicemail. And then when I get a voicemail, I'll listen to it right away, right? Because you want to start filtering them right away. And if there's a seller that is just motivated and say, hey, I just got your letter. I do have a property that I'm interested in selling. Can you give me a call back? Bam. I'll find time, and then I'll call the seller back. I'll filter. I qualify them, okay? So which means there got to be speed. You got to have speed. That's why I let it go to voicemail, because you don't want it, because obviously I'm talking to those of you who have a busy schedule, okay? So if you don't have the time, let it go to voicemail. Listen to it when you can, and then call the seller back that are like, hey, this seller is serious about getting an offer. Get them on the phone, start negotiating with them, okay? So there you go. Now, let's go back to, okay. So now we got a list of 370, okay, property that are in pre-foreclosure that you can target. I'm going to take you back. We're going to go to Austin, Texas again. The next list that I like to target is vacant property. Okay, so we're going to go to Austin, Texas again. The next list I like to target is vacant. We're going to, once again, get rid of others, apartments, townhouse, condo. We just want single family. And now we're going to target all vacant property in Austin, Texas. Now, there's 2,768 vacant property in Houston, Texas. We're going to go down. We're going to narrow this list down. Okay, we're going to put in our score of 500. Oh, my gosh. I don't want you guys to complicate this. This is very, very easy. It's a numbers game. Okay, so that brings us down to 2,191 people. It's still too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the AI score to 600. It's going to take our list down. So now we got a list of 39 people, which is too small. So I'm going to go with the 500. I'll show you guys how to filter this, okay? We're going to go with 500. And then we're going to go down. Okay? Oh, there's 178 people. Earlier, my computer didn't refresh. So currently there's 178 people, okay, that are vacant. So now what I'm going to do is guess what? You can also click here. If you click on them, boom. I will send them a letter. And then guess what? Any one of you who sign up for the software, you will get access to unlimited skip tracing. So you never have to pay for skip tracing ever again. It is completely free. It comes with the software. I take care of it already, so you don't have to pay a penny for skip tracing. Once you click on the property address, we're going to send them a letter. But here's how you send them you do not send it to this address. Do you see this address at the top? But you want to make sure that that address match their mailing address. So we're going to go down here. Their mailing address is different. Do you see that? This is key. So for those of you who didn't watch the video this far, you probably would have made a mistake. Because obviously, as we can see here, this is 4430. So this is the property that's currently sitting vacant. So you don't want to send the letter to this property because they're not going to see it. So you want to make sure that you go down here. This is their mailing address. 716 Mac Taylor Drive in Austin, Texas. This is the address where you will send the letter to. Got it? You send a letter to this. But in the letter, you're going to say that this is the property that you're interested in buying or making an offer. There's their phone number. Don't worry about the do not call list. It doesn't apply to us real estate investor anymore. They just remove the law. You can check it with ChatGPT or Google it, but they just remove it. So as a real estate investor, we can call people that are on the do not call list. So there's their mobile number. There's their email address. So what I would do is I'll target them three ways. I will send them a letter. I'll send them a letter. I would also text them. I'll also call them. And I will also email them. So now you hit them 4 different ways. Okay? Now it all comes down to its consistency, and that will bring you the results. Now, obviously, you're going to get a lot of return mails as well, right? So when we send out these letters, that's why I brought one to show you. You see how this one came back and it said vacant. Okay? So now what we do is we take this letters that just came back to us because it wasn't deliverable. And then they will mark something on the postal office. They'll mark it on here. Sometimes it will say deceased. And then this one here is vacant. The vacant property, what I'm going to do is I'll take this address. I'll take this here. I'll take a picture. I'll send it over to my VA. Now they're going to take that address. They're going to skip trace it again. And obviously, we're going to deep dive, and we're going to try to find that homeowner, contact info, and we're going to send them a letter. Now, a lot of new investors don't know how to actually do this. And that's why if you're able to go in and actually go the extra mile, that's how you actually beat your competition. Most of them, when I first started, when I get letters that come back, I just toss them away, right? Because I was like, okay, it's not deliverable. Boom, I just toss it away. This is when my mentor came in and said, hey, Khang, if you see vacant, deceased, or anything like that, dude, take it, skip trace it, find the homeowner, and then start calling them. So what you do is, a lot of you don't know, is since you have access to the software, all you need to do is you just take the address, you punch it right in here. See? So let's just say if you drive for dollars or whatever, you take the property address, you punch it right in here, and with one click of a button, guess what? It'll skip trace and it'll find the owner phone number for you. And you don't have to pay for skip tracing ever again. Okay? So that is my strategy. Okay? And it worked. This is exactly what I'm showing my students to do. Now, it all comes down to its consistency, and when you answer the call, how good you are on the phone. That is it. But I know for a fact that this worked because we got a deal from this recently under contract from direct mail, okay? So Adrian said, how much would you say is good to spend per month to get 1 to 2 consistent deal per month? So Adrian, listen. So marketing, so when it comes to marketing like this, I can tell you, right, how many pieces that you have to send out. I would say that you need to spend at least $400 per month. That's $100 a week. 100 letters goes out every single week. but it's going to compound over time, right? So maybe your first month it's not going to happen. Your second month it's not going to happen, right? But it only takes one deal and you make all your money back, even more. So the thing is, now it comes down to is how good you are on the phone, right? Because your conversion, so the conversion rate is really dependent on how good you are on the phone. Some of you, dude, you might have to talk to 1,000 people before you can get one deal on a contract, right? So the thing is, I don't know how good you are. For others, you have sales background, so you're good with people. You're good on the phone. You know how to talk. You know how to negotiate. So maybe you only have to talk to 100 people or 500 people, right, to get one deal on the contract. Okay? But this is the software that we use to go in here and pull any list we want. Now, for those of you, let's just say you don't have a, now here's the thing about the Pro plan that I really, really like. So let's just say that, so coming in your city and state again, Sandy said, what is the software? Sandy, the software is kingdata.ai. So kingdata.ai. So coming in your city and your states, I'll share with you why I love the Pro. Because with the Pro, I can go in here and I can list stack. You see, the thing with direct mail is that it's very expensive. So we can't just blank market to everybody. Because, dude, it will burn. Like, you will burn through your money so fast. So what we need to do is we need to really dive in and really need to niche down our list. Adrian said Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, let's go to Phoenix, Arizona. So here's what I love about the Pro plan, because you can list stack them. So Phoenix. So we're going to go to Phoenix. Let me see how you spell Phoenix. 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 AZ. I don't. Phon. As you guys can see, you don't need to be smart to do what I do. Okay, Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, once again, what we're gonna do is rinse and repeat. It's not rocket science. So we come back in. Now we're gonna list stack, which means I can choose. I can go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I want to target these people who are absentee owner. Okay, the absentee, which means they don't live in the property. So the property can either be vacant, or it can be vacant, or it can be a rental. So maybe you'll be like, hey, I want it to be an absentee owner and that person to also in a potential of inherit property. So now it's an absentee owner and it's in an inherit property list. So it shows you that. So this is what's cool about the Pro plan is you can list that. You can be like, hey, I want it to be absentee owner. I want it to have a 500 score, and I want it to be an inherit. So there's 116 people that you can now send out your letters, which means it's going to cost you about $116 to send these letters out. Okay? And then let's just say that once you get done with that list, we're going to go back and we're going to pull a new list. So we're going to go back. We're going to hit on filter, and we're going to be like, okay, I'm done with that list. Let's target a new list. So the next list that you want to target could be, hey, you know what? I want these people to own their property free and clear, which means they have no debt on their property. And I want them to be a board investor. So board investors are absentee owner who have owned the subject property for a long period of time. So they could be a tire. So board investor is like kind of a tire landlord list. And let's just say you wanted to own it free and clear. You want it to be a tire landlord. And let's just say that, hey, you also want it to be in a tax delinquents list. Guess what, my friend? Now you're taking that list down to 436 people. So this could be your next list that you want to target. Okay? So this could be your next list that you want to target. So you can really be extremely creative with this, right? So once you target this list, you're like, okay, I'm done with that list. Let's pull a new list. Okay, we're going to pull a new list. Okay, So the next list that I would target could be something like this. Okay, let's just say that we want them to, let's just say that we want that property to be vacant. And let's just say that it's also in a tax delinquent. It's vacant. It's tax delinquent. And it has high equity. So there's 66 people that own, that is vacant, that are in tax default, but they have high equity. So which means there's still a mortgage on it. So now it's vacant. They're making double mortgage payment, and they're in a tax default. So a lot of them are now in distress where if they can't pay their property tax, dude, and they're making a double mortgage payment, you already know it. So there's 66 people that you can now start targeting them, hitting them. Okay? So those are the lists. And that's what I love about the Pro plan, is that you will be able to list stack them. Because when it comes to, when it comes to direct mail, it gets extremely expensive. All right? I mean, that's pretty much what I want to jump on and I want to share with you guys. So for those of you, I want to know is who's going to give this a shot? Who's going to try this? And this is something where I just show my students exactly how to do it and how to set up their campaign and start getting their letters sent out. Jeremiah, which is one of our students, he works at a postal office. Oh, here's something I forgot to share with you. I almost forgot. There's just so much information. So what you want to do is, obviously, there got to be a return address, right? So do never, ever put your home address. I made this mistake when I first started out. And I tell you, dude, I got some very pissed off homeowner at my front door. And dude, I was scared. They were pissed off. And they brought the letters and they threw it at me. And they said, don't ever send me this junk again. And they obviously they actually call me a bunch of names, but it's okay. I just brush it off and I send them again. You do not stop sending them letters. Even when they tell you to stop, you don't stop, my friend. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to go down to your postal office and you need to sign up for a P.O. box, depending on what state you live in. But it's going to cost you between $100 to $200 a year. Okay? A year. Very cheap. So what you want to do is on the return address, put your P.O. box. So that way, they don't get mad. You can't do that with the basic plan. So, Amir, the answer is yes. So with the basic plan, here's what I would do, Amir. So let's just say that you got the basic plan, dude. You can. It just takes a little bit more work, right? So if you have the basic plan, okay, let's go with Phoenix. I'm going to go back to Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, okay? Because I can spell that. So we're going to go back to Austin, Texas. So let's just say, Amir, you have the basic plan. Here's what you're going to do. So with the basic plan, you cannot list stack. But here's what we're going to do. So with the basic plan, I like to target is absentee owner, tax delinquents, and people who own it free and clear. So let's just go with absentee owner. Okay, in Austin, Texas, there's 52,000 people that are absentee owner. Basically, obviously, the list is way too big. So we're going to go down here. We're going to put in our AI score, which is our wholesale score. We're going to hit in 500. Okay. Let's see how it's going to take that list. So it's going to take the list from 52,000 people down to 2,000 people. And then what we can do is we're going to go down here. Okay. We're going to put in ownership. We want this to be individually owned, not a business. We want, a mom and pop to own this. Now it's going to take our list down to 894 people. Then we're going to be like, hey, I want these absentee owner to be out-of-states owner. Boom, which means they don't live in-state. Now you got a list, my friend, of 127 people right there in front of you, Amir, that you can target just by having the basic plan. So with the basic plan, those are the thing that you would do, okay? Iris said, getting close to locking my first deal. Let's go, baby. I love this, man. Every single time when I see this, dude, I know whatever I'm putting out, It's actually adding value, and it worked. It only worked for those of you who actually put in the work. It's not going to work for the people who don't, you know? Dart said, show the screen. Head over to my YouTube, dude. Same username on my YouTube, because I can't share screen on TikTok, obviously. So, Amir, that's what I would do, okay? So, let's just say that we go back to the filter. If you really want to even narrow down this list even more, Amir, what we can do is year of ownership. We'll be like, hey, I want them to own the property for at least 10 years. So minimum of 10 years. So you put in there, minimum of 10 years. It's going to take this list even more. So now there's only 23 people on here that you can start your direct mail campaign. Got it? So play around with it. Okay? So that's how you do it. Should I keep wholesaling in the same market, or should I expand? Trey, honestly, dude, I think it depends on what market you're talking about. Okay? If you haven't got a deal, dude, you should continue stay there. Once again, I got to dissect your market to understand. But what's cool about the software is comment in your city and your state, dude, once again. Because what's nice about the software is you can literally dive in. Okay? Look at this. Watch this. Now, for those of you who don't know this, check this out. I'm going to share with you a little secret. You see right here where it said King Data AI? Click on King Data AI. What this software does is that it integrates ChatGPT into the software. So now I can talk to the software. Check this out. So now I can say, watch this. And then I'm going to hit allow. Find me. Okay, I'm going to hit this. Okay, hold on a second. What market you guys want to go into? Comment Melford, Oregon. Okay. Hopefully I can say that. What is the average house price in Melford, Oregon? Okay. It'll tell you. Because before I go into that market, I want to know. See, I can't say it right. So it doesn't, okay, see? Obviously, with my accent, it's having a tough time picking it up, so I got to type it. But I can go like this. What is the average house price in Austin, Texas? Now, this, understand me. Now, watch this. Okay, so it will say, look at this. It'll actually do all of this for you. Can you find everyone in Austin, Texas? Oh, my God. Pull me a list of tax delinquents in Austin, Texas. Right there. I need to know your location. Pull me a list of tax delinquent in Austin, Texas. Right there. You can literally just talk to it. So I got rid of my admin, so you don't need an admin anymore. Look at that. See, right here. Recent, it can pull the list for you. Recent delinquent property in Austin, Texas. I found 8,052 property in Austin, Texas. Now I want that list to also be combined with vacant property. Dude, this is really, really cool. Okay? Now look. Okay? Vacant and recent tax delinquents. This combination yield 137 property with a highly targeted list for your wholesale strategy. Like, it knows that I'm a wholesaler because that's all we've been doing. Okay? But to access the AI, you need to have a pro account, Amir. That's the only thing, is that if you want to access the AI, you got to have a pro account. So I can just sit here and talk to it. Okay? Okay. And then I can right here click on open lead pipe. So I can click on open lead pipes. It'll pull up all the lists for me right here. You guys see it? It pulled the list right here for me. That's it. It makes it so easy. I'll go back in here again, and then I'll talk to it again. What is the hottest zip code to target if I were a wholesaler in Austin, Texas? It'll pull up the map for me. Look, look, look. Okay. If I go up. Okay. This is a great question, Khang. To find the absolute hottest zip code for a wholesale strategy in Austin, we typically look for area with the highest average wholesale AI score. So based on the overall data for Austin, the average wholesale AI score for the entire city is approximately 150. This score helps you identify the property with strong wholesale potential. Okay, so why I can tell you the overall average, like it goes through and it really helps you dive in. Give me the zip code. Would you like? Look, do you see that? Right? I understand you're looking for the top zip code for wholesaling in Austin. This is why I can tell you the average wholesale AI score in which blah, blah, blah. I cannot directly pinpoint the single hottest zip code. Okay, so identify various zip code within Austin. Run a separate property search. So you can tell, it tells you what to do. It tells you what it is. And you can go here and tell it to do, hold on a second. Bring up the heat map for me. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, hold on a second here. Hold on a second. I'm going to go here. I'm just going to keep, I'm going to talk to it. Okay. Let me see what kind of question you guys got. Can you use ChatGPT with the basic plan? Amir, you don't. So with the basic plan, dude, you don't have access to the AI. You have to have the pro account to have access to the AI. Okay. So now hold on a second. Hold on. Here's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Austin, Texas, okay? I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, see results. And then I'm going to go to, hold on a second. So you can export it right here. You can export it out. So here's the list of 123 people, okay? You can now bring in the rental, the AI score, auction dates, bedroom, bathroom. Like you can really, really filter this out as much as you want. Okay. So anyways, any other question you guys got? So I understand we're working on a $1.2 million property right now. Hopefully lock it in within the next 2 days. Please pray for us. We'll get this. I wish you the best of luck. And once again, for those of you, if you have a property on a contract and you need help finding a buyer for it, you can also email it over to my my team. Email it over to jvdeals@wtmfam.com. We'll love to JV with you and find you the buyer for it. Any city, any states, doesn't matter what price range it is. We have cash buyer nationwide, okay? So we'd love to JV with you for those of you who wants that. So King Data has the pretty great running comps. Yeah, dude, check this out. So for those of you who are looking for comps, look at how easy it makes this. So we'll click on see results, okay? So if you guys want to run comps, this is how easy it is to run comps. So let's say that we click on this property right here, okay? To figure out the comps on what that property's worth. I mean, this is truly a all-in-one, okay? All you need to do is hit on comparables. This is how easy it is. Okay, so when you click on comparable right here, it'll pull up everything that are sold, that are active, okay, in the last, whatever it is that you want. So you can go here and you'll be like, hey, I want the last sales to be the last 6 months. If you want it to be the last 3 months, just click, hey, I want everything that are sold within the last 3 months, right? You can get right here. Listing activity. You'll be like, hey, I don't want anything that's active. I just want pending, and I just want all the sold comps. Bam. And then all you need to do is you just go through this, and you'll be like, hey, this property matches my property. This one matches mine. This one matches mine. And it tells you right now what is the average square feet that are sold in the air, right? The average square feet. Okay. What is the ARV? What is the ARV of the sale price? 348,000. So it took all three of this, it add together, and it'll give you an average range. Okay? Boom, right there. So that's how easy. And then it tells you the average square feet is about $237 per square feet based on the 3 property that you have chosen. Bam. So you can literally run your comps right there and then. That easy. Okay? Adrian said, can you please post your sites to JV with you? Yes. All you need to do is email the deal over to jvdeals@wtmfam.com. Now, once again, I'm going to wrap this up. For those of you, I recently, once again, the 3-day challenge is completely for free for you to join. Just click the link in my description. So I'll take you through the 3-day challenge on exactly what it is to close your deal in 3 days. The challenge is free. The replay, I'll share it with you for free at no cost. Also, too, is I created a school community for those of you who want to join. The link is also in the descriptions. But that school community is being able to take all the real estate investors, bring you guys into a room where you can start networking with each other. Otherwise, when you see them on YouTube, I stop the live, then it's done, right? But if you're able to go into the room and network with each other, do deals, learn from each other, grow, and obviously make money together, then the link is also in my descriptions, okay? For those of you who's looking to become a student, to be like, hey, Khang, love to work with you, love to become one of your students, then you can go to coachwithkhang.com, okay? I appreciate each and every single one of you that's watching. I truly hope that a lot of you will implement the method I share with you, all right? And actually stay consistent and be committed, all right? And I look forward to seeing you closing your first deal. Amir said, damn, can I upgrade to the pro plan? Amir, yes, you can. You can upgrade, downgrade, Amir, anytime you want. So here's what I would do if I were you, dude. I'll show you this one last thing. So all you need to do is, Amir, you see their support here. Reach out to them. There's their phone number. You can call this number, or you can email them. It doesn't matter which one, but they get back to you very, very quickly. And what you can do is, Amir, just reach out to them and say, hey, I got the basic plan. Now I want to upgrade to the pro plan. And they'll get you fixed, bam, just like that, dude, and you can ready to rock and roll, all right? Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. I wish you guys the best of luck on your journey. And once again, nothing works if you don't. The key is you got to stay commitment. You got to stay committed, and you got to be persistent, okay? The info's there. The choice is yours. Good luck, and let's go get this money. Okay, I'm out.